glad you're all here. Well, you probably saw I was reading a favorite book, and you might have noticed something. Remember all the turkeys? Turkeys here, turkeys there, all kinds of turkeys. Well, Thanksgiving is over, and so the turkeys are taking a little rest. They've worked really hard. They've been the star of books and songs, and they've been waddling all over my house. So they're hibernating. They're resting and sleeping until the next Thanksgiving. But there's some other birds that have shown up because it's December. Do you see them? Oh, there's 6 right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's another big one. The penguins are here. I love penguins. I think I love birds that don't fly. Even though in turkey trouble they thought they could fly, but they really can't. I have little penguins. I have this, look at this, tiny, tiny penguin. Some might say it's a wee penguin. Wee is just another word for really, really, really small. My friend Gail gave this to me. He's a little treasure. But my favorite penguin of all times is the star of this book. It's Tacky the Penguin. He's a little different. Do you think it's okay to be different? I imagine you're all shaking your head. Yes, it's okay. I think so too. I think that this big stuffy could be Tacky the Penguin. That's what I like to call him. Would you like to find out more? Okay, have a seat. I'm glad you're here. Reminds me of that song. The more we get together, 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 the more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. I think some of you have probably heard that song. I like to think of Tacky as my friend. He has his own friends. Let's find out a little bit more about his relationship with his friends. Now think for a minute. Hold your idea right here. Do you think that your friends have to like the exact same things you do or wear the same things that you do? Hold it. When I count to 3, you're going to release and say yes or no. 1, 2, 3. I imagine there's some yeses and nos, but Tacky might give us an idea of what friendship is all about. It's written by Helen Lester and illustrated by Lynn Munsinger. They're a dream team too. There once lived a penguin. His home was a nice icy land he shared with his companions. Companions is a very fancy word for friends. His companions were named Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect. His name was Tacky. Tacky was an odd bird. Well, we can already see, does he look like his friends? Not so much. They're all penguins, but maybe dressed a little differently. Every day, Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect greeted each other quietly and politely. How do you do? Tacky greeted them with a hearty slap on the back and a loud, "What's happening?" I think that's an exciting way to greet someone. My friend Freddie greets someone like that. I love it. Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect always marched 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. Very orderly. Tacky always marched 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 6, 0, 2.5, 0. I know, it's something different. His companions were graceful divers. Maybe they'll be in the Olympics. Tacky liked to do splashy cannonballs. All right, I don't know about you. I like splashy cannonballs. Oh my goodness, my pages were sticky. Goodly, lovely, angel, neatly, and perfect always sang pretty songs like Sunrise on the Iceberg. Oh. Tacky always sang songs like How many toes does a fish have? Tacky was an odd bird. Odd is just another way of saying different. Oh, look at that. He's playing the accordion. I do like a good accordion. One day, the penguins heard the thump, thump, thump of feet in the distance. Do you smell something? I smell trouble. This could mean only one thing. Humans had come. Look at their eyes. How do you think they feel? I think they look a little concerned, a little worried. They came with maps and traps and rocks and locks, and they were rough and tough. As the thump, thump, thump drew closer, the penguins could hear the growly voices chanting, We're gonna catch some pretty penguins, and we'll march 'em with a switch, and we'll sell 'em for $1 and get rich, rich, rich. Oh. Are you a little worried? If you are, don't be. I think the book has a good ending. Goodly, lovely, angel, neatly, and perfect ran away in fright. They hid behind a block of ice. Do you see them? I'm not sure if they're experienced people in hiding, or experienced penguins, actually. Tacky stood alone. The hunters marched right up to him, chanting, We're gonna catch some pretty penguins, and we'll march 'em with a switch, and we'll sell 'em for $1 and get rich, rich, rich. Now look at that. Does he look worried? He's standing tall, and he's looking them right in the eye. What's happening, blared Tacky, giving one hunter an especially hearty slap on the back. They growled, We're hunting for penguins. That's what's happening. Look at that. They were being scary and he was being friendly. Penguins, said Tacky. Do you mean those birds that march neatly in a row? And he marched 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 6, 0, 2.5, 0. The hunters looked puzzled. It is a little puzzling. Do you think they expected that? I don't think so. Do you mean those birds that dive so gracefully? Tacky asked. And he did a splashy cannonball. The hunters looked wet. Splashy cannonballs. No one comes out dry from that. Do you mean those birds that sing such pretty songs? Tacky began to sing, and from behind the block of ice came the voices of his companions, of his friends, all singing as loudly and dreadfully as they could. How many toes does a fish have, and how many wings on a cow? I wonder, yup, I wonder. Do you think those hunters liked that song? Look, he's covering his ears, and so is he. Oh my gosh. I like that song. The hunters could not stand the horrible singing. This could not be the land of the pretty penguins. They ran away with their hands clasped tightly over their ears, leaving behind their maps and traps and rocks and locks, and not looking at all rough and tough. Do we think they're scary? Nope. Look at that. Let's see. Goodly, lovely, angel, neatly, and perfect hugged Tacky. Tacky was an odd bird, but a very nice bird to have around. Look at that. They appreciated what was different about him. He might have been odd, he might have been different, but in this story, different is a great thing. Different saved them. Take a minute. Think about your friends. Are you different from your friends? I imagine you're saying, Is that okay? Sure, Tacky was different, but his different was really a fantastic thing. I have some other Tacky books. Do you have time for another story? Okay. Ooh, I've never read this one before. Look at that. Tacky in Trouble. Helen Lester also wrote this one, and Lynn Munsinger also illustrated. Who else do you think is a character in the story? I can't see the whole thing, but I recognize the trunk, and I recognize those big feet. I think there might be another animal here. As goodly, lovely, angel, neatly, and perfect sang Sunrise on the Iceberg, the sun rose on the iceberg. They felt very much in charge. Ooh. Do you like to be in charge? Do you like to be the boss? Sometimes I do. What's happening, blared Tacky the Penguin, greeting each of his companions with a hearty slap on the back. After breakfast, the penguins went about their morning activities. Oh, that Tacky, he never changes. Whether they were ice block building, napkin folding, feather combing, or ballroom dancing, oh my goodness, Tacky was the odd bird. Then it was nap time. Nap time for all, that is, but Tacky. He just does things his way. He's his own penguin. What a great day for surfing, he cried. Would that be fun or what? It would be what, said goodly, lovely, angel, neatly, and perfect. Go surfing if you must, but please do it quietly. So Tacky took off alone and coasted over the waves. Look at that. Oh, his shirt got so big. Suddenly, the wind came up, filling his shirt like a sail, and he found himself blowing full speed ahead out to sea. He loved the spray on his beak and the thrill of the ride. Ooh. I think he likes adventure. On he sailed and on through sunny days and starlit nights. By the time he finally reached land, he was standing on tippy webs on an ice cube, with his little heart beating in excitement. Tacky waddled ashore, ready for adventure. Oh, I love that. I love when it's a new story and I have an idea and then they say it in the book. Makes me feel like I'm paying attention. After being greeted by the strangest penguins he'd ever seen, he came upon a large gray rock. I'm not sure about that. How nice! He had lots of rocks at home. Funny, thought Tacky, this rock is warm. The rocks he knew were cold, and it's a little squishy. The rocks he knew were hard and sort of hairy. Hairy? He couldn't remember any hairy rocks back on the iceberg. Do you think it's a rock? Let's find out. Tacky never could sit still for long, so he did a little rock hopping dance he'd always enjoyed doing at home. I don't need shoes and I don't need socks, just my mellow yellow feet for hopping on the rocks. Hey! I don't need shoes and I don't need socks, just my mellow yellow feet for hopping on the rocks. Hey! I don't... Uh-oh. Bram would say, he's skeptical. He's just wondering if this is right. Suddenly, the rock rose up in a voice louder than any penguin's, a voice louder than even Tacky's. Boomed. Something is tickling my back. Before Tacky could ask, what's happening? The rock, whose name happened to be Rocky, grabbed him and they were crashing through the jungle. Did you know that was an elephant? That's what I was thinking. Tacky loved adventures, but was this fun or what? He wasn't sure. Finally, Rocky came to a very gray clearing, plunked Tacky down and bellowed, "Flowers for my table!" While Tacky was puzzled, Rocky was overjoyed, for she had taken one look at Tacky's shirt and was convinced she had brought home the most beautiful bunch of flowers in the world. Yes, indeedy, just what I need to brighten up this dreary old place. Let's see, I'll need a wide vase. It's a gorgeous bunch of flowers, but pretty thick around the stem area. Was that a bunch of flowers? No. Oh my gosh, silly elephant. After choosing her widest vase, Rocky plopped Tacky in and he looked around. The table was set for dinner with ketchup and lemon pie and grape punch and gravy and mustard and marmalade and peanut butter and lots of other good things. No donuts? I don't know. Rocky galumphed gleefully around the table singing, "Flowers make all the difference. Flowers make all the difference." "I'm not a bunch of flowers," said Tacky. "Say what?" Rocky trumpeted. "Of course you're a bunch of flowers. Don't be silly." She sniffed Tacky. "You smell lovely too." "Thank you," said Tacky, "but I'm not a bunch of flowers. I'm a penguin." Did you already say penguin? You knew. Rocky eyed Tacky suspiciously. "What's a penguin? Some sort of weird plant?" "No," offered Tacky. "It's a kind of bird." "A bird?" snorted Rocky. "What a hoot. You're not like any bird I've ever seen." Tacky felt his neck feathers prickle uncomfortably. Do you ever feel that way? Like, uh-oh. "I'm really, honestly, truly a penguin," he repeated. Maybe he's a little nervous now. Rocky did not want to hear this. She wanted flowers. She needed those flowers, and her dull gray home needed those flowers. If you're a penguin, prove it, Rocky demanded. Then she reached out, whooshed, and she snatched Tacky's shirt. At least I'm keeping the pretty blossoms no matter what. Well, unless you can convince me you're a penguin. Tacky knew he was in trouble now. His shirt was his sail. Oh, remember when the wind blew it up? And without his shirt, how could he get home? Would he ever see goodly, lovely Angel neatly and perfect again? Oh no. Hurry up now, I'm hungry and I don't have all day, snapped Rocky impatiently. Prove you're a penguin, do something penguinish. Tacky thought very hard, he just had to show her. Oh yes, he remembered, Penguin's March. He began 1, 2, 3, stepped into a ketchup bowl without knowing it and continued marching over the table. 4, 5, 17, 100. Uh-oh. What else? Asked Rocky. Penguin's belly slide. Tacky got a running start, skidded across the lemon pie, and swished in swirls over the tablecloth. Where was that lemon smell coming from? Go on, ordered Rocky. Penguin's dive. Tacky took a bounding leap up and did a splashy cannonball into the pitcher of grape punch. Refreshing. More confused than convinced, Rocky asked, and keep going. Uh-oh. What else? What else could a penguin do? Then he remembered what had gotten him into this situation in the first place, and he said, penguins are excellent hoppers. Bravely tilting his beak up in his very best proper hopping form, he hopped in the gravy and hopped on the cloth, and hopped in the mustard and hopped on the cloth, and hopped in the marmalade and hopped on the cloth, and hopped in the peanut butter and stopped. Uh-oh. Then he waddled stickily over to Rocky. See, he shrugged hopefully. I'm a penguin. Rocky looked at her red, yellow, purple, brown, gold, orange, and tan tablecloth and bellowed, what have you done to my tablecloth? Tacky froze. He had been having fun doing penguin things and hadn't even realized he'd made a mess. Uh-oh, he thought. I'm stuck here forever. I'll never get home to my iceberg. Oh no. I hope that this has a happy ending. I've never read it. My tablecloth, hooted Rocky. I love it. I simply love it. What? I did not see that coming. Did you see that coming? Look at those colors. They're brilliant. They're beautiful. And they're so much prettier than your blossoms. No offense. Here you go, you wonderful, odd, whatever you are. With that, she picked up Tacky's shirt, flipped it to him. She also threw him a hot dog, a cookie, and 3 kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you, she trumpeted as Tacky waved goodbye and set out for the water's edge. That was a big surprise to me. Was it a big surprise to you? And many miles away, an elephant sat by her colorful tablecloth and thought the same thing. Look at that. There's a book called Oops. Sometimes when we think we're making a big mess, it turns out to be something amazing. Try that today. Try looking at something that's a mistake and see if you can close your eyes and then open them and see something amazing. I close my eyes and I see all of you, and I know I see something amazing. We'll see you next time.